The federal government facing a deadline this morning to release 13 ICE detainees in Illinois. The judge ruling that they were held in violation of a law preventing ICE from making arrests without a warrant. The judge touring an ICE facility as well this week as part of a lawsuit alleging inhumane conditions at the Broadview detention facility outside Chicago. The judge accompanied by attorneys for the plaintiffs and a translator. This facility has been a flashpoint in the administration's immigration crackdown. Protesters this morning out there once again. These are live images of yet another clash on a Friday morning between local law enforcement and federal law enforcement at this Broadview facility. NewsNation's Mills Hayes is there. Mills, it looks like things are getting pretty interesting. What's going on?
Hi there, Marni. We thought that something like this might happen. We were hearing rumblings that potentially people were going to get out into the street and give themselves up. That's what they said, to be arrested. You guys can see this clash taking place. We saw more than 20 people actually come into this road right here, and these officers responding. As you can see, it looks like they have formed a human chain to try to prevent officers from actually arresting people. But you can see that over here, there's actually some arrests already being made. People in the streets. This is the Cook County Sheriff's Office, and another person being dragged by the Cook County Sheriff's officers over there. This was a peaceful morning until about 10 minutes ago, and we did start to see people come in to the road here. Now, of course, lots of people very angry about these immigration enforcement operations. Take a look at this. You can see this guy right here. He has those wooden boards. Those are what those protesters use to fend off those law enforcement officers. I can hear a Broadview police officer point a taser. You can hear that going off right there as we speak. They're starting to push back. A woman on the ground right there. It looks like a faith leader. And we see the sheriff's office, the Cook County, Broadview police, all pushing back on these protesters. A lot of these people are actually members of the faith community who come out here every Friday. Now, we are being told to stay back. We're going to follow those rules, of course, but you can see that this really is a stressful situation. Some of those officers back there taking those protesters' gas masks that fell off during the arrest, and we are seeing these people push back from the law enforcement officers. We spoke with some protesters earlier who were very frustrated with local police officers as well as state police officers, what they feel like as being helping the ICE officers. And of course, this arrest happening right here as we speak, and you can hear the crowd screaming shame and shame. But of course, these officers say that this is all for the protection of the people, which is why we have seen these designated protest zones actually put in place. And you can see there is a huge swath of media on my right as well. We've seen at least 3 people arrested, and we're seeing them being taken away into that Cook County Sheriff's Office, that bus over there. Someone being arrested right here, and they're pushing more of those people back. But of course, all of this also falls on the same day, Marni, that at least 13 people are expected to be released from ICE custody who are being held in detention centers. A judge ruled on a Wednesday that those people needed to be released because they were being held within violation of a 2022 consent decree that bars ICE officers from making arrests without warrants, and there could be more than 600 other people who are going to be released next week. Now, this is all happening, remember, at the same time, too, that Border Patrol Chief Greg Bovino has left the Chicago area. He says that despite them leaving for the time being, they're not going anywhere, and in fact, they're going to increase operations. I do want to show over here to our left, you can see those batons being used back as well to push people, and I just got one used on me as well right now, Marni. So chaotic scene, but Border Patrol Chief Bovino saying that these enforcement operations will not stop. In fact, they will only ramp up. And so a lot of protesters that we spoke with earlier told us that they're going to be on high alert for increased operations, Marni.
Mills, I want to understand, and for our audience who's watching this as well, just, how these clashes start. So you've got protest zones on each side of the street. And is this a street to get to the facility, and then they've crossed the line spilling into it, and that's when police start pushing them back? I mean, how does this unfold?
Marni, that's exactly what happens because that is a priest that just got pushed down right there. Our photographer's trying to get close. But what happens in these instances, and what just happened moments ago, is that these protesters were in their designated protest zones until someone within the group said, let's go. And a group of more than a dozen people went into the middle of the street. The idea is to march towards the ICE facility, which is further down the road and blocked off by state troopers and sheriff officers. And the idea is for those protesters to get as close to the ICE facility as they can.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.